So many videos have been made about the Olight i5T versus the Olight i5R. So I figured I'd just add one more to the pile. Basically, in this one, we're gonna be talking about the Olight i5T. A light I really like, the very first model of Olight I ever got. Got me into Olight flashlights in the first place. Just a really solid AA light. It's got a capacitor that just ramps up the output to really impressive levels for just a AA light. Yeah, this came out before the i5R did. And when the i5R came out, I remember thinking, dang, well, what am I gonna do with this now? I mean, it's still a great light, but I wish I had that rechargeable battery in the i5R. And the i5R is able to run your alkaline standard AA batteries as well. So when I did eventually get an i5R, I noticed that the lights were so similar. So similar, in fact, that I wondered if there was even any difference in the light other than the battery at all. I dropped one of these rechargeable batteries into the i5T to see if it would turn on and work. I did it for a very limited amount of time, but yeah, it ran it no problem for that limited duration of time. So in this video, I want to do a little time lapse just for about 30 minutes, running one of these Olight i5R batteries in the i5T to see if the LED can handle it, or to see if there's any heat issues with this light. Because if there's not, I'm thinking it's a great upgrade, because you basically get the increased runtime and a little bit of performance, a little bit of brightness increase as well with this battery. You could do that to your i5T. And let's say you have an i5T you like, and it's in a style that's not available in the i5R, or a material you really like, but maybe you leave it on the shelf because you've got an i5R, you like the capacity runtime a bit better with this battery. This is just an option for about $10. You can upgrade your i5T to get similar runtime. So these i5R batteries are available to be purchased individually. And these go in and out of stock on Olight's website. I believe they're out of stock at the time of the recording of this video. I was actually looking for them myself a couple weeks ago. They were in stock, and then they had a sale when right whenever I did decide I wanted to get one. I went looking for them, and sure enough, they're out of stock. I was able to find this one on a website called Battery Junction. There's probably other places you can get these as well. But yeah, for about 10 bucks, I figured, hey, why not try it out? If this light can handle it, basically turns it into an i5R in my mind. So let's get into the time lapse and just see if there's any issues with the i5T running the i5R's battery. All right, the test is complete, and yeah, happy to report there were no issues. And I just wanted to fill you in on what I was doing if you're curious. Basically, when the light's on turbo, eventually it steps down its output, and you can actually see that happen in the video a little bit. So about every 5 minutes or so, what I was doing is turning the light off for just a second and then putting it right back on turbo, because I wanted the output to be at the peak level that I could possibly get it at for the duration of the test, just to see if, if there were going to be issues that they would come out in the test. But yeah, no heat issues on the outer body of the light or the lens that I detected. It is kind of cool in my garage right now. Full disclosure, it's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit in here, so it's not like it's 90 degrees or something, and it is a cool temperature to begin with. But yeah, I didn't detect any heat, hardly any warmth at all for this test, so take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, just a sample size of one light and one battery, so take it with all with a grain of salt. But yeah, no issues. I'm pretty happy with how things went. And I just wanted to end with one last observation between these two lights, okay? So I thought that the only difference between these two was this little squiggle, and this one had an R on it and this one had a T on it. But there actually is a fundamental difference between these lights. And to help show you a bit better, I'll cut to some outside footage. But basically, there is a capacitor in the i5T, and because it's designed to use those alkaline batteries, to help get that performance, the capacitor, it kind of charges up and the output ramps up gradually. You can see it happen there just a little bit. Might be easier to see outside, so I'll cut that footage in like I said. Whereas the i5R, when you turn it on high mode, it's instant. I mean, it's max output immediately. There's no ramp up. So there is some kind of fundamental difference between these two lights as far as the internals go, aside from the battery, because these both have the rechargeable batteries in them at the moment. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But with that said, both of these lights seem to be able to, everything's rolling around here. Both of these lights seem to be able to handle both the rechargeable and the AA alkaline batteries, no problem. So with all that said, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you later. Bye.